We're going to start in Alabama with the coal workers. Give me just a moment. There we go. Okay. So Alabama judge orders stop to picketing at Warrior Met Coal. This was from a couple of weeks ago. I was not here last week, so this is just to preface the next story I want to get to. I'm sure a number of you saw this. A Tuscaloosa County circuit judge has issued a restraining order against picket line activity by the United Mine Workers of America at Warrior Met Coal. Circuit Judge James Roberts Jr. issued the order Wednesday afternoon. It prohibits picketing or other activity within 300 yards of 12 different locations owned by Warrior Met Coal in Tuscaloosa County, including mines and offices. The 3-page order also prohibits in any manner interfering with, hindering, or obstructing by threats, intimidation, or acts of violence the conduct and operation of Warrior's business and supporting activities. That includes delivery of supplies, workers entering property, lying in front of entrances, or using obstructions. Other activity prohibited includes tailgating cars coming to or leaving the company property, use of flashlights to distract, or using objects to damage vehicles. You guys notice that like a lot of that's already illegal. Why are they even? You can't just vandalize someone's car. Like that's, you can do it, but you know you're breaking the law, right? Like it's so absurd to me. But the real point here, obviously, is that that's a pretty explicit violation of workers' rights, right? You're not allowed to picket. I mean, pretty outrageous. The one thing that I think is positive here is how explicit that's become. It's pretty plain as day what's happening, right? Like it's hard for anybody to convince the workers that that's not just explicitly the judge, you know, siding with big business, siding with the managers against the workers. And that has seemed to fire some of them up a little bit. And that's the next story that we have here. So if I can get rid of this ad anyway. Oh, come on. Here we go. Oh, well, that is not the story I had up. Good Lord. All right. Well, I'll just tell you about it then. They did a demonstration at BlackRock. Say they traveled and demonstrated outside of BlackRock because BlackRock owns a large share of their, well, not a large share. Oh, here we go. I got it back. Apologies for the technical difficulties today, guys. Alabama coal miners protest BlackRock in New York City. And you guys can see here, I don't have audio, but the protesters walking, and there was some videos that went out of leadership riling people up and all this. So it seems like the ruling against the picketers may have kind of sparked a fire, lit a flame under this effort, because this protest at BlackRock was quite large. And it's great to see them taking it right to BlackRock's front door, right? So like, okay, you're going to make it illegal for us to protest Warrior Met Coal. Well, then we'll just head on up to your owner's place then, and we'll demonstrate there. How about that? I love it. I absolutely fucking love it, you guys. I'm usually so pessimistic about politics. Seeing all of these actions across the country, all of the walkouts, all of the strikes, all of the efforts to unionize, it is one of the very few areas right now where I find a whole lot of encouragement and sort of some hope. So this is fantastic to see. Coal workers, obviously, like particularly abused. You know, most every worker is abused and exploited in some fashion. And there are plenty of industries who have a claim to being, you know, extremely abused. Coal workers certainly are one of those, because they're sacrificing their health, right? They get black lung and things like this. And they also are a group that, like, the government has negated assurances. Like they'll assure these workers, we'll always cover your health care. Don't worry about it. Just keep working. We'll always cover your health care. And that then they try to go back on that over and over and over again, right? So it's not only that you're working class, that you're not making enough money for what you're doing, that you're being exploited by the shareholders and executives at the business. It's not only that, it's also that you're like literally sacrificing your health and your well-being to those individuals. And then they go back on the assurances that they had made about healthcare or compensation or benefits or whatever it might be. So they have been striking, you guys, I just want to note, since April. They've been striking for over half a year. Good on these workers for staying strong. And they've also, I saw one report that they've cost Warrior Met Coal millions and millions of dollars by striking. So that's the only way you can get these people's attention in many cases, right? You hit them in the pocketbooks. And I'm just really thrilled to see these workers holding strong and refusing to capitulate to either their managers or the judge that is clearly trying to squash this strike. So yeah, I just find a lot of hope in this, you guys. Another story here. This is anecdotal.